My name is Andrew Wilson. I'm here from the Pennant Hills District Civic Trust. The Pennant Hills Trust is interviewing all of the candidates for Hornsby Council mayoral position and all of the Ward B candidates. The Pennant Hills Trust is not in any way politically affiliated or aligned. We aim to give all of the candidates a fair go to allow voters to make an informed choice. We are unashamedly local. That is, we live in Pennant Hills, West Pennant Hills and Thornlea. We know that this is the best place in Australia to live. We want to keep it that way and we want to make it even better. It's in that context that I introduce Warren Waddell, who is the Liberal Party endorsed candidate for mayor. Warren, first question, the Pennant Hills Master Plan. We see that some sort of development in Pennant Hills is probably inevitable. However, we believe it would be best if that was in a planned, structured, sensible way, including consultation with the local community and local businesses. Please give us your view on the Pennant Hills Master Plan and how, if you were elected mayor, you could help us achieve that.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you for having me here today. The Pennant Hills Master Plan, quite frankly, is long overdue. As you'd be aware, there has been earlier attempts at this, and it comes down to a case of prioritisation. So if there's not general consensus amongst the community, we simply move on to where we can assign those funds and get an expedited outcome. So we would very much like to see the Civic Trust help council and collaborate with the community, because that's the only way to develop a town centre master plan where everybody is on board and takes us forward.
Prove that the community wants it.
100%.
Okay. All right. Second one, Westlea Sports Facilities. I'm aware that Matt Keane got some funding to buy that land from Sydney Water many years ago. He also got some funding to development of sporting fields, and council has spent many years and many sessions of community consultation, some of which I've attended, developing a plan. Not everyone agrees with the council's plan, but there is a plan. And then I understand that the Chris Minns government has attempted to take back about $36 million of that funding. Give us your view on the Westlea sports facilities and mountain bike tracks and that whole plan.
Thank you. The Westlea issue of the former Sydney Water Board site is clearly going to be one of the most significant items that we pick up as a new council, and in particular myself as mayor if I'm successful. And the reason being is an extraordinary amount of work has gone into that facility and that site to deliver recreational sporting grounds to the broader community, and not just the local, but a regional facility. The Minns government has decided that what the unspent funds of the original grant are to be returned. Our position at this point has been adopted by the current council, which I'm a part of, is that we've written back and we've said we would like to present our case as to why that shouldn't be the scenario, and we've made a very evidence-based case for that. We haven't received a response, so it's very difficult to know what our next position will be, but we certainly will not be just handing the funds back without making our position very clear.
Okay. There have been some press articles about you saying that the potential new Liberal endorsed mayor is in the back pocket of property developers. What's your response to those?
Yeah, I've heard something of that nature. I think it's safe to say that if you only ask the very next question, what would be these developer interests, it'd be very hard to substantiate, given that this council has already put to bed and adopted all of the relevant development strategies to date. There is nothing else before us, and we have no role in local development applications. So you may have to ask the former mayor what he means by that.
Okay. You and Nathan Tilbury look fairly similar to me. You've both
better
been
looking, clearly.
You are better looking.
Let's be fair.
You are of similar age. You've both been deputy mayor. You've both represented the Liberal Party in A Ward, but you are different. How would you differentiate yourself from Nathan?
It's a very good summary.
The rest to you.
Thank you. It's a very good summary. I've enjoyed an excellent 2 terms, in fact, representing A Ward with my colleague Nathan Tilbury. We made a very good partnership, and what's of great importance is that the community was the beneficiary of that partnership. It's an enormous ward, A Ward. It's from Hornsby Heights to Brooklyn, upstream to Wiseman's Ferry. We had the luxury of Nathan being a resident of Berowra and myself a resident of Galston. So I think for the first time probably in living memory, the community benefited from excellent representation. We are very similarly viewed on a lot of things. I think we used to laugh at the fact that probably only on 3 occasions did we disagree, and I think it was on cats. and perhaps cricket and parking, I think, but generally for a 7-year term, very collaborative. Look, in terms of points of difference, I'd like to think that I have a capacity to team build. Council often is represented by more than simply Liberals, of course. In fact, on the past 2 councils, there's been Liberals, Labor, Independents, Greens, of course, and frankly, very good people, people that are clearly invested in their communities, different views, and I'm quite sure that we won't agree on many things, but I think it's important that we project a public image of some degree of collaboration and collegiality. I think one of those strengths I do possess. I'm also not afraid to take a clear position on things. I don't think it's possible to sit on the fence and wait and see where the issue lands. Whether it's a popular position and I'm voted down or otherwise, I'm quite comfortable in being very clear about how I feel.